गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स. आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू आर डूइंग गुड. आप सब लोग अच्छे हैं ये उम्मीद के साथ. आज का एक विशेष टॉपिक है हाउ टू प्रिपेयर फॉर सीए एग्जाम्स. टुडेज स्पेशल टॉपिक फॉर about 15 to 20 minutes, how to prepare for CA exams. This video will be useful for both intermediate and CA final. I have prepared this presentation in detail. Please watch this video till the end and you will be definitely benefited. Students may have lot of doubt as to how to prepare for the next exam. You have enough time. If you listen to my advice, if you listen to the process that I am going to tell you, it is definitely going to help you. तो जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ उस पर ध्यान देंगे, उसको फॉलो करेंगे तो आपको डेफिनेटली इसका बेनिफिट मिलेगा. सो माय नेम इज CA विनोद कुमार अग्रवाल. ऑल्दो आई डोंट स्पीक अबाउट मी मच, बट फिर भी अगर आपको नहीं बताया तो नहीं पता चलेगा. आई गॉट CA फाउंडेशन ऑल इंडिया रैंक 2. उस समय CA फाउंडेशन में रैंक दी जाती थी, अभी रैंक नहीं दी जाती है. देन 4th रैंक इन CA इंटर, 24th रैंक इन CA फाइनल, एंड आई हैव ऑल्सो डन CPA फ्रॉम USA with more than 90% marks. So these are my academic details. I have gone through this exam and I have got rank in all the 3 exams. So I assume that I have got some experience of guiding you, or I have got some way I can help you. How do you achieve success in CA exam? So the recipe for success is very hard work and planning. Only normal hard work is not enough. Normal hard work everybody does. You need to put more than the normal hard work. Plus, even though you put lot of hard work, you also need to do lot of planning, because this is a long exam. There are many subjects. You have to pass the group. You have to get minimum. Subjects are vast and complicated. Syllabus keeps on changing. So therefore, you need to do lot of planning. CA final or CA intermediate, they require careful planning, analyzing your strength and weaknesses. One should know what is my strength, what is my weakness. You may be good in accounts, you may be good in finance, but you may not be good in law or audit, and vice versa also. Some student may be good in theory subjects, but may not be very good with practical subjects. So those students, they have to find out what is their weak area and you have to work upon it. Because as you know, you need to pass the entire group. Just getting 90 marks in one subject and 30 marks in another subject will not help you. So therefore, know your strength and weakness. And then there must be a burning desire to succeed. You have to succeed. Okay, just not in dreams, but there must be a fire in your belly that I have to succeed. If these are the basic ingredients of success you are able to apply, then you are bound to succeed. Only dreaming about success is not enough. Before I proceed further, there are 2 myths about CA exam. Some wrong assumption, some rumors about CA exam which are not true. What are these myths about CA exam? First, wrong information spread by unknown people that institute regulates the result. Please note that institute does not regulate the result. If you get average 50% marks, you are going to pass. So institute does not regulate the result. The reason being, at present, the demand for CAs is much more than the supply. Have you seen any unemployed CA? You look at the newspaper ads that there are lot of vacancies for CAs. Of course, when you don't want to do a particular job or in a particular industry, then you are unemployed. That means there is a demand. demand from not only within the country, there is a demand for CAs outside also. You will get jobs in other countries also. Many of our students are working abroad, getting good salary and are very happy. So the institute has no incentive to give out poor results. It is doing its best. But if the student is not able to get that minimum qualification marks, how will it pass that student? And if you really look at it, the results have improved also. Just for your knowledge, when I had passed in the year 2020, year 2000, 20 years back, that time only 5% was the result in my CA final exam. But now I find if you appear group wise, 20 to 25% is the passing percentage. So over a period of time, the results have improved significantly. So you can't say that institute controls the result. If you don't get the qualification mark, then you will not pass. But if you get qualification marks, you will pass the exam. Second myth, and that is why some students quit the course also, that clearing CA exam in the first attempt is important to have success in professional life. This is also a myth. There are very few candidates who might have got results or first attempt result. They have not passed in first attempt. Even your office bosses where you go for articleship, ask them. So if there are 10 partners, 8 or 9 of them would not have passed in the first attempt, but still they are partners now. So partners of even big 4 firm, they must have taken more than one attempt to pass. Even the hirers, those who recruit you, they know the difficulty of the exam, so therefore they don't insist on first attempt. So even if you have not passed in first attempt, it is not the end of the road. You can try again and you will have value at a later stage. Don't worry. So keep trying, but try to prepare in such a manner that you get the best possible result. Now I will come to the preparation part. Question asked by the students is, should we appear for group 1 or group 2 or both the groups? So that is a very interesting question. Whether one group, both group, he is just wondering whether I should fill the form for first group. After some days, no, second group. Again after some days, no, first group. So he is in a dilemma. You have to evaluate your strength and weakness. You see how much is the course, how much is the time available. Can you prepare within that time for both the groups? Then you can go for both the groups. If you think you don't have sufficient time for both the groups, you are not very sure, then you can go for one group. Since if you are appearing in November exam, we still have clear 5 months. 5 months are more than sufficient to appear for both the groups, whether intermediate or final. So what we should do now, we should try to prepare for both the groups. We should try to prepare for both the group. This is my recommendation. And suppose you are not able to prepare, then towards August, you will take a final decision whether you want to go for group 1 or group 2 or both the groups. But if you want to appear in November exam, I will suggest you can start planning for both the groups. Take a final decision when you are in the month of August. Next, the most important task is to prepare a timetable. What is a timetable? A timetable is a schedule as to which subject you will study when, for how many hours you will study. So for that, in writing, on a piece of paper, on a chart, please make a timetable. Timetable बनाइए, आज ही बनाइए, ठीक है? तो टाइम टेबल से आपको पता चलेगा कि आपकी गाड़ी पटरी पे चल रही है कि नहीं. आर यू ऑन द ट्रैक और नॉट? And accordingly you will put your efforts also, because if you don't have the timetable, you don't know whether you are preparing in the right direction or not, whether your preparation is sufficient or not, whether you need to put more hours or not. So therefore I would sincerely request that today you make a timetable. How do you make a timetable? Calculate the total number of hours or days available for studies. For example, you have 5 months with you, so 5 into 30, so approximately you have 150 days with you. 150, and assuming you study 14 hours per day, so how many hours do you have? 14 into 1500, 2100, right? 2100 hours you have. Then what you do, you break it into weeks and number of days. So how many days you have? 150 days. Accordingly, you allocate the time most productively. Out of this 150 days, how many days you would spend on different subjects? So if you have 8 subjects, you have to bifurcate it over 8 subjects, but not equally. According to the syllabus of that subject, you will bifurcate. For example, in CA final, FR may require 30 days, SFM may require 26 days, audit may require 20 days, law may require 18 days or 20 days, costing may require 30 days, direct tax may require 35 days. This way I am just giving a rough guideline. Divide the total number of days available over 8 subjects, or divide the total hours available over the 8 subjects. And if you can do that nicely, then half battle is won. Then analyze the number of hours available for studies per day. That is something very, very important. We have 150 to 155 days in our hand. How many hours we can dedicate per day? I suggest you dedicate 14 hours per day. More than that is also welcome, but less than that is not welcome. So accordingly, you will calculate the number of hours available for studies after taking into account sleeping and other activities. So you see, I have prepared a daily plan as to how will you spend your 24 hours. And I said you can study 14 hours. Don't get afraid. You can do it. See the plan. How many hours you will sleep per day? 6 hours, which is good enough. 6 hours are good enough. You will get enough rest. Your body and mind will work. Then 1 hour you can spend on personal care. 1 hour lunch, breakfast, dinner. Total 1 hour you will devote. Not 1 hour per meal. 1 hour for 3 meals. Tea, breakfast included. 1 hour for relaxation. Meet your friends, family, okay, entertainment, whatever you want. 1 hour for social media also. WhatsApp, TV, if you want. Ideally should be avoided. But still, to relax your mind, 1 hour break you can take for other work. But I will advise, if you can avoid this activity, then you get 1 hour more. Balancing figure. Balancing 14 hour you still get for studies. So you can study for 14 hour with this plan. Is it feasible? Very much feasible. I am giving you 2 hours for family commitment, relaxation, socialization. So that is good enough. 6 hours for sleep. So it is possible, unless you really want to waste time, then it is not possible. But are you serious about your exam? Yes. Are you interested in coming in merit? Yes. Then please follow my advice. Otherwise, life is already so happy. Now, how to make a format of timetable? This question student ask me. They come to my office also and they say, sir, please make a timetable. I cannot make a timetable for everybody, but I will give you the format which I used to practice on a piece of paper. This is like a weekly chart, weekly timetable. as I said, we will have a 14-hour study schedule. 6 to 9 in the morning, you will have your first round of learning. Example, I have made an example. You will write according to your convenience. It is just an illustration that on Monday you make a list that I'll prepare FR in the morning 6 to 9. Start with some topic. I will suggest you start in sequence as per the notes or whichever way you are convenient, which is useful. 9 to 10 is break. During this break you will refresh, you will have tea, breakfast, again sit down for studies. 10 to 1, and you can read theory topic during this period. One practical, then followed by break, theory topic, let us say example, illustration, you will study standards on auditing or some topic. You have to mention topic also in your study planner. Then 1 to 2 p.m, 1 hour break for lunch, relaxation, which is good enough. 1 hour lunch is good enough. After that again you will sit down. 2 to 5, 3 hours, again you come back to FR or any other subject. I have kept 2 subjects per day, FR and audit on first day, SFM and law on the second day. This way you can repeat, but yes, you can make your own table. So you will continue with that topic or any other topic. Ideally, whatever topic you take, you have to finish it before you go to the next topic. Then again 5 to 6, break, relax for 1 hour. Okay, talk to your family, friend, have tea, snacks in the evening. 1 hour is good enough. And then again 6 to 8 p.m, you study theory topic. Let's say audit, let's say the topic standard. And 8 to 9 p.m, again dinner break and some rest. With rest, you are able to work longer hours. And then finally, the last sitting will be 9 p.m. to 12. Again, you can study, let's say for example, FR on Monday. Then from 12 to 6, you will sleep. 12 night to morning 6 a.m. you will sleep. So 6 hours sleep you will get, plus in between you are getting 4 breaks. During break time also you can relax. This is a very wonderful schedule which I have followed in all my exams, and it worked. But the main important thing is you have to first make a schedule. If you can't make a monthly schedule, at least start with a weekly schedule and you complete this table. It takes some time, maybe half an hour to 1 hour, but then at the end of the week you can check your progress. See whether whatever you have mentioned here have you completed. Those which are completed you will put a tick mark, and if you are not able to complete, the next week your task will increase. The backlog of the first week plus the planning for the second week. This way you have to make your own planning. Nobody can do it for you. You know your strength and weaknesses well. You know how much time you will take for a certain topic. So accordingly make this plan. I have done it for 2 days, but today as a homework you will complete it for the whole week and start following it from tomorrow. So this table proves that you can study 14 hours per day total. Okay, if you are attending classes, then it will be counted in your studies only. But because now you have exams in November, so you should try to ensure that most of your coaching is over. Only minimum is pending. Rest of the time you are going to study. Making timetable is not a rocket science. Following the timetable is more difficult than flying a rocket. Most people are able to prepare timetable, but what is the difficult part? Execution is difficult, and now that depends on your own willpower. I told you in the beginning, you should have a desire to succeed. You should feel that yes, I have to pass this time. I have to come in rank this time, come what may, and I am willing to give my whole heart and soul to achieve my objective. Because the day you pass CA exam, you are a different person, and you become CA, the whole world will recognize you as a professional. So till you get your degree, you have to really work hard. This question I have already answered. Should we study one subject, two subjects, three subjects, four subjects per day? I will say first of all, it is dependent on you only. How do you want to study? But my suggestion would be you should study 2 to 3 subjects per day, and usually you should combine theory and practical subjects. So a small poem for you: studying one practical and one theory subjects a day keeps boredom away. Because once you complete the practical and only theory part is pending, so those who don't like theory subjects, then they will get bored, because continuously studying 14 hours theory subject and retaining it also will become difficult. How many hours per day you need to study? So I have told you, because this syllabus is so vast that you have to really put more hours, you have to really slog. So on an average, I recommend for a final student 14 hours, for intermediate 12 to 13 hours. Still, it is not the number of hours which matter. It is the quality of your learning that will matter. So once you have started learning, you must understand that you have to enjoy your learning, understand the concept, do the practice, then it will make sense. Otherwise, just sitting in front of books for 14 hours will not be enough. So how many pages you have covered, how many topics you have covered, that is more important rather than how many hours you have spent. But as I said, if you combine more hours, combined with studies, sincere studies, that is a wonderful or a miracle that you will achieve in your exam. Next thing, once you study for a week or today daily, next day what you will do? Next day, first 45 minutes to 1 hour will be a revision of what you have studied previous day or previous week. Is it right? So that you don't forget, because today and on your exam day there is a gap of 5 months. So what you will study today, you will not be able to retain for 5 months. So you have to also have a quick revision of what you have done on the previous day, previous week. Now I'll come to how many revisions you need to have. How many revisions, sir, we need to have? At least 2 revision. At least. More than that is welcome. Because syllabus is very vast, both for inter and final. I understand 3 revision may or may not be possible. First, complete reading, then first revision, then second revision. If time permits, third revision also. So that is why you need to plan in advance. When should my first reading get over? When should my first revision get over? When should my second revision get over? Okay. So the time required for first revision should be half of the time taken for the first reading. And as I said, you need to revise everything that you have done initially. So suppose first reading takes let's say 100 days for all the 8 subjects. The second reading should take 50 days or even less than that, 40 to 50 days. The student will say, sir, 100 plus 50, 150 days are over and my exam is only 52 days away from today, which means you have to really do the planning, then make it 65 days, this is 35 days, and one more reading about 30 days and like that. So you have to find out that I have these many days available and divide into 3 parts. Main reading, first revision, second revision, and see how many days you can allocate for each activity. Now come to the second revision. Second revision is must. Second revision is must. Now the things will become permanent in your mind. Once you do second revision effectively, there is no reason you will not be able to write in the exam, because now you will be able to remember things till your exam. You will understand, and I am sure you will be able to put it in the exam, because many subjects the students have this problem. Even I have this same problem. We are not able to retain for a long time. Subjects like audit, law, even nowadays FR, which has lot of provisions, direct tax, indirect tax, remembering so many things may not be easy. So therefore you need a second revision also. And as I said, daily revision also you should do 1 hour in the morning. So second revision will take half the time of the first revision. Second revision will take half the time of the first revision. In the second revision, you will not be able to read the entire syllabus. So what you will do, you read only the important topics. What is important, you have to identify yourself. Then you have to read your highlighted and underlined portion. Plus in your class, your teacher must have said this is important question. This is very important question. Or you must have identified questions as very important. So you focus on those questions so that your second revision is on time. Now we'll come to the exam. How to write in the exam? How to write in the exam? You don't have to answer 100% of the question paper to pass the C exam. Although you should try your best to answer 100 marks paper, but that is not a necessary condition. You can pass exam even though you have attempted 80 marks, 90 marks, 95 marks. Whatever you have attempted should be attempted well. Very few students in the country, even the rank holders, are not able to attempt 100 marks for all the 8 subjects. When I appeared in my FR paper in final, I was only able to attempt 75 to 80 marks because 3 hours were not sufficient. Some questions can be lengthy, so that you have to try to answer 75 to 80 marks. Best answer you have to write. How to write? First select the best answer, that is those questions where you are 100% sure that I will be able to write it correctly, and first attempt such question, and try to ensure that in the first and second hour you are able to attempt 75 marks, those questions which you can answer in a very nice manner. How to divide your 180 minutes? 3 hours are very important. These 3 hours can really change your destiny. So the planning is very important. You have prepared for 3 years, 2 years, and now it is time to execute in those 3 hours. So how many hours do you have? 180 minutes. Time required for things like going through paper, initially writing roll number, signing attendance sheet, tying up the sheets, all this will take 10 minutes. But now I believe you get extra 15 minutes for all this activity. Is it right? So effectively this should be done in those 15 extra minutes given to you before the start of the exam. So this I will keep it separate. Then last 10 minutes you keep it for revising whatever you have written, so that in case if there is some mistake you can correct it if it is there. So how many minutes you are left with? 170 minutes, because this 10 minutes now you use in the first 15 minutes, you have 100 marks. Time is now 1.7 minutes per mark. So how this mathematics work? 1.7 minutes per mark. So if it is a 10 mark question, you spend 17 minutes approximately. If it is a 5 marks question, you spend around 8.5 to 9 minutes approximately. Okay, so accordingly you plan your answer also, that if it is a 20 marks question, I should be writing the answer in 34 to 35 minutes. Accordingly you manage the speed. So this kind of planning is required. Otherwise sometimes there is a 20 mark question and you are writing it for 1.5 hours, and then later on you find that I have only completed 20 marks paper and I have to still write 80 marks paper and I just have 75 minutes left, and you are in a panic mode. Once you press the panic button in the exam, you are gone. Then your mind will stop working. You will not be able to remember things which you have done so many times. So do not press panic button in the exam. Try to remain calm and solve questions which you can write properly. How to write your paper in the exam? For inter or for final, presentation matters. Presentation does not mean you will write in cursive handwriting. We are not participating in a handwriting competition, but it should be legible. Avoid grammatical mistake. Avoid short forms. Do not use short forms which are not a standard short form. You are not sending a WhatsApp message to your friend. You are writing in a professional exam, so you can lose marks. The answer sheet of the student tells the personality of the student to the examiner, and therefore accordingly your marks will be decided. Focus on those questions which you can answer best. I always say, first you write those answers which you can answer best, and then you try the other question. First 2 hours, 75 marks you should write those questions which you can answer best, and in every paper you will find 70 to 80 marks questions are such which you can write based on your reading. Then how to answer practical questions? In practical question, please write step by step answer. Step by step. You will write step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because the examiner can give you marks on number of correct steps also, even though your final answer can be wrong. Recently in May exam, lot of students have asked this query: I have made this mistake, my balance sheet is not telling, my last step is not matching, how many marks will I get? If you write step by step, then you will get step marking. Okay, there are some wrong information going on in the market that unless your final answer is right, then only you get full marks. That is a wrong information. Institute gives you step marking. If you have to prepare P&L account and balance sheet, if P&L account is right, there are marks allocated for P&L account. Okay, in SFM your answer has to be written in step by step manner. So if 3 steps are right, then you will get proportionate marks for that. Okay, then never write the answer directly. Show the working note, the calculation, how you have arrived at those answers. So in practical question, just keep these 2 points in mind, that you have to write step by step answer, show the calculation, show the working note, and presentation must be such that the examiner can read it and understand it. How to write theory answer? Most of the students know the theory answers, but the difficult part is the presentation, how to write the answer. And for that, as I said, you have to do a lot of practice before going to the exam. So for theory papers, you can participate in some test series, because you will get writing practice of theory questions. So whatever test series you want to write, you can write. For theory chapters, I think this theory subjects, I think this will be more useful, because then you get a writing practice. You get to know how much you have to write. Try to again write your answer in small paragraphs or point wise format. Again you get step marking when you divide your answer into small paragraphs or point form. underline the heading or the main points. You can, using your pen only, the same pen, blue or black pen, you can underline the heading or the main points. The reason being, sometimes your answer can be very lengthy. Examiner may not have time to read the whole answer carefully, diligently. So maybe he will just look at the important sentences you have underlined, and based on that they can give you marking. And as you know, you are not allowed to use pencil or highlighters. So I am saying highlight the main lines does not mean you will carry a highlighter and do that. Next issue is, some of the students, they want to come in rank. One of the students sitting in the classroom right now, he told me, sir, I want to come in rank and I am willing to do anything that you will suggest me. So what is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? The extra. An extra makes ordinary extraordinary. So what others are doing, you will also do the same thing. You are ordinary. If you want extraordinary result, you have to put extraordinary efforts also. Extra in everything. You will study extra hour. You will prepare extra notes. You will prepare extra test series. Okay, you will do extra revision. So extra in everything, and if you are willing to put that extra effort in everything related to your exam, then you are going to get a rank in the exam. It's not impossible, but it is not easy either. You have to really put extra effort in every aspect relating to your exam. So this was my small presentation on how to pass the C exam in first attempt, how to get a rank in the exam, how to prepare for your exam. So if you have any query, you can ask me now or you can ask me later. These are the phone numbers where you can contact us. This is our website. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, A.S.Foundation. So we are going to put all the updates on our YouTube channel. Any update in syllabus of accounts, FM, Eco, advanced account, FR, SFM, we'll put it there. We are also putting the answer of RTP, MTP and past exams on our website, step by step calculation and presentation. So that will help you. That is why we are asking you to subscribe to the YouTube channel AS Foundation, and also share it with your friend, because you need a very proper guidance. This presentation, I hope, will help you in preparation for your exam. Any query? You can use black pen or you can use blue pen also. Or what you do na, just before the exam they give you an instruction sheet. In that instruction sheet it is written what is your pen, that what kind of pen you can use. Just follow that, because I have not seen the instruction sheet since so many years. But when I appeared, both color was allowed, but you can't change the color of the pen. That is what when I appeared, but just check the instruction sheet. Yes, only black point pen, then accordingly you do it. In fact, you should then start practicing from a black point pen only in the class or in your test series also. That is a good question. So use that pen which you are going to use in the exam. Same color, same pen. Haji, next query. Yes, one student in the class wants to ask a query. Okay, so all queries are over. Thank you very much for joining me on this important topic, how to prepare for C exam for November 2023. So wishing you all the best. If you have any query, you can mail me. The mail ID is appearing on the screen. Thank you very much.